A todo nuestro auditorio de gente Univa. Hoy estamos aquí con el doctor Damon Bullock de la Universidad de Silver City, Nuevo México, el cual nos visita aquí al campus de la Piedad Univa. How you doing, Mr. Dr. Damon Bullock?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to be here.
Okay. How do you feel this time in our university? How is your experience over here?
My experience has been great. I definitely look forward to come back next year. The Mexican students here, they're inquisitive, very intelligent, very competent of the world outside of Mexico. I really admire that. They have a great understanding about social issues, social policies, particularly in relation to the United States and Mexico relationship. So coming over here and kind of imparting some wisdom about the United States, it was pretty easy because they already have a solid base of knowledge.
Dice que ha estado muy contento de estar aquí esta vez y es muy grato estar en contacto con estudiantes que están muy interesados en los problemas que tiene su país acerca de temas sociales, políticos, y el cual ha sido fácil porque ellos están muy interesados y saben un poco de cómo es la vida en Estados Unidos. Dr. Damon Bullock, this is your second time here, right?
Correct.
Le pregunto que esta es la segunda vez aquí. How do you feel, or where is the difference between the experience you had last year and this one today?
Well, this year I feel more comfortable being here and interacting with everyone, and also getting around La Piedad. I feel comfortable with that. However, on my end, you know, I'm going to have to apologize because my goal was to come back here having at least a foundation of being able to speak Spanish, but due to unforeseen situations, that kind of sidetracked me to really getting into studying to speak Spanish like I wanted to. So, you know, I feel bad about that, but fortunately, I have friends like Rolando here. You know, he wasn't a hard on me or anything. So that's one thing I really love about being here in Mexico. People are pretty warm, they're accepting, and they don't capitalize on your shortcomings like many Americans do.
Dice que se ha sentido muy confortable, muy cómodo estando aquí con la gente de La Piedad. Incluso se ha sentido más familiarizado estando en La Piedad. Solamente se siente un poco tal vez incómodo porque no ha podido mejorar su español, pero que ha encontrado grandes personas con las cuales le han ayudado para poder estar interactuando aquí. What is the best experience this time? We went together to the conference to Morelia with the police state, and we give us a conference about the human rights issues and your structural system impact in different parts like a social issue,
right.
like
police reform.
Police reform. So how was your experience over there in Morelia?
Oh man, Rolando, my experience, oh Lord, it was wonderful. Talking with the law enforcement here, it was a breath of fresh air compared to the United States. When I talked with the law enforcement here, they were inquisitive, they were willing to listen, they was willing to learn, they asked relevant questions relating to policing in the United States. So talking to them, I feel comfortable, I feel relaxed, I feel at ease. Compared to the United States, police, law enforcement, and the minority community really don't have the best relationship because, like I stated over here, there's racial bias in the criminal justice system. So, of course, if you're being intentionally targeted, you're not going to have the best relationship with the entity that's intentionally targeting you based on your religion or racial identity. So, in other words, just going to Morelia and talking with the law enforcement there, if I have an opportunity next year to talk with them again, I'm definitely open and I would be definitely excited.
Nosotros tuvimos la oportunidad de ir a dar una conferencia a asuntos internos de la policía estatal en Morelia, el cual el doctor Damon Bullock tuvo la oportunidad de explicarles a ellos en el nivel policial, en el sistema norteamericano de justicia, cuáles eran los problemas que tenían acerca de la aplicación del sistema criminal, pero en la etapa policial. Y entonces se sintió muy cómodo porque ellos estaban muy abiertos a saber ese conocimiento, y que definitivamente dice que si él tiene la oportunidad de volver a hablar con los policías del estado de Michoacán acerca de todos estos problemas, con gusto lo haría nuevamente. So the other question is, you've been here for 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks.
Right.
And what did you do over here? So inside in our campus. In La Piedad. So
well,
you went to the different classes,
right.
different careers.
I went to the different careers. I've been involved in various conferences here, like the one in Morelia. I've met 2 mayors from the neighboring towns. Tomorrow I'm going to visit the La Piedad jail. So I've been active as far as socially. With different entities such as law enforcement, and also I've been very active with the students, talking with them and discussing with them, and giving relevant scenarios and examples of our how race and religion has a direct impact on our social, political, economic, and educational social systems.
Dice que ha tenido la oportunidad de conocer a 2 presidentes municipales de aquí, de alrededor de La Piedad, que mañana también realizará una visita al Cerezo de La Piedad, y que también tuvo mucha interacción con diferentes carreras, el cual tuvo la oportunidad de hablar de estos problemas estructurales de derechos humanos en diferentes sistemas que tienen en Estados Unidos, sobre todo del punto de vista racial, religioso, y cómo ha afectado este tema. And Damon Bullock, do you think you learned something from us you're gonna take with you, and you can share that knowledge you learned here in our country and university, in our campus, to teach over there in Silver City University?
Definitely, because the great thing about being over here, I got an opportunity to compare and contrast the United States and Mexico, and an important fact I learned as far as race, you all don't have racial hostility here, but more so it's ethnic hostility and nationalism. And I say nationalism because some Mexicans have a negative view about the other Hispanics, like from Guatemala or Ecuador or their other Hispanic brethren. And also, I learned that, corruption is a big part of the society here. Now, in the United States, we have corruption as well, but it tends to be integrated in our social systems, whereas here, it's like an understood norm of society. So I definitely learned something that I'll be able to share with my students in America.
Le preguntaba yo que si él había tenido conocimiento a la experiencia académica que ha tenido en estas 3 semanas en nuestro campus de La Piedad Univa, y dice que definitivamente sí. Por ejemplo, el trato que tienen mexicanos con algunos otros grupos latinoamericanos de otros países, como sea Guatemala, sea Ecuador. Y otro punto que también dice que le llamó la atención es el tema de cómo se encuentra la corrupción integrada en diferentes factores de nuestro país, que también en Estados Unidos tienen un tema de corrupción muy importante, pero aquí la corrupción permea ya de una manera un poco diferente a lo que es Estados Unidos. I don't know if you want to add something in this interview you want to tell to all our society or the Univa, they can have this interview. Do you want to add something to them?
I would
want to say something special?
Yes, sir. I would like to add thank you for inviting me here. Thank you for accepting me, for welcoming me with open arms, with genuine friendship, genuine kindness, genuine love. And I would like to add, if nothing else, that when you watch television and look at the U.S., we may portray a picture of perfection, but we have social issues and social problems. That's why it was so important for me to come over here. And if you ever go to the U.S., know about our social systems. And it's unfortunate for me to say this, you can't take everybody for face value. Because there's individuals like me, I believe in multiculturalism, I believe in respecting an individual's country, respecting an individual regardless of their racial background or ethnic background. But unfortunately, there are Americans who have more of a nationalistic point of view to where if you're not American, you're viewed in a negative sense, or if you come to America, they expect you to assimilate into the dominant group. So Mexico, I love being here. I love you. I love for who you are. Hey, you are proud people. You are strong people, and keep paving the way forward.
Dice que gracias, quiere dar las gracias por haberlo recibido con los brazos abiertos, con un genuino amor, con un genuino gesto de diferentes valores, y que él es una persona que tiene y que cree en la multiculturalidad y que acepta estos temas y que verdaderamente se siente muy contento de haber estado con nosotros y platicar estos temas, y que próximamente le gustaría regresar con nosotros. I really want to say thanks to you. Thanks for share all your knowledge about and give us a picture how is the real society in the United States, and we can have that knowledge inside in our system.
Thank you as well.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, Dr. Damon Bullock.
Thank you.
Le digo que muchas gracias por todo ese conocimiento que verdaderamente tuve la oportunidad de tenerlo 3 semanas compartiendo dentro de mi salón de clase, y de verdad que aprendimos mucho para saber cuáles son los verdaderos problemas sociales que vive Estados Unidos, y que hoy con todas estas reformas estructurales que hemos tenido en nuestra Constitución y el tema de derechos humanos, pensaríamos que estamos circulando a un sistema norteamericano de derechos, pero que nosotros también hoy en día podemos observar los diferentes problemas que tienen estructurales en su país, y que él verdaderamente nos vino a demostrar diferentes o la problemática que viven en su país con el tema de derechos humanos. Muchas gracias, gracias a Gente Univa por darnos esta oportunidad de entrevistar al Dr. Damon Bullock.